obtain rebuttals, to entertain questions and responses, and this is what we've had. But I, in no case, I'll have to bow away and shy away from the point of judging someone and what they're doing. But I appreciate your questions. I do appreciate that. You may surely go right ahead. Come up front.
I'm Robert E. McLaughlin, recently retired professor of geology here at the University of Tennessee, chairman of the committee opposed to curricular oxymora, or COCO. I was drawn to this topic tonight under the title, Should Creation Science be Taught at UT? The papers are full of this topic. TV is here. It's a media event. And yet the speaker has not really addressed this question at all, which attracted many of us in the audience, I'm sure, including myself. Is not the true title of this talk, Should Creation Science be Taught at UT, so that Robert B. Gentry might have a teaching position, which he apparently has had difficulty locating in his career.
Dr. McLaughlin, I think we know someone in common. David McQueen, is that correct? All right. I think David said he was going to write you before I came. Let me say I'm very happy and pleased that you came forward and made the comments that you made. It wouldn't have been a complete night without something like this. People can't hear you back there. I'm sorry, I didn't. I'll tell you, I can't hear what you're saying. If you come back to the microphone, make it so much easier for everyone.
I didn't understand your question about David McQueen. He warned you that I would be in the audience. Was that the
No.
the idea?
No. David indicated to me that he was writing a number of his old professors in the geology department to come to the meeting tonight. He wanted to hear what your response or what your impressions of the talk would be. And I said, I'm just very happy that you've been here tonight. You've been felt free to make them known to the audience.
Is David McQueen here tonight?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, I'll have to write David and tell him I'm pretty disappointed. I wish there was some way I could give my $2 back.
Well, on that point, I'm very happy you stayed what you did, because I did make the comment, I did choose the title for my presentation tonight specifically because the National Academy of Sciences, in their booklet, which I've talked about at great length in my book, has repeatedly said that they oppose the teaching of creation science in the public schools because there is no evidence for creation science. And so,
one wonders where the expenses for this presentation tonight have come from. The very glittery TV ads, the fine support publication around campus for this talk. Most everyone knows that this particular topic or this advocacy is on the agenda of the PTL Club and the other evangelists.
Well, Dr. McLaughlin, I'm glad you said that too. I'll tell you.
So let's. So maybe I could send this up to Lynchburg, where perhaps it came from, or someplace like that.
Well, Dr. McLaughlin, if you want to stay there, let me respond. First of all,
I'm not here to debate you.
All right.
I am disappointed that you did not address the issue, which is the topic of this talk tonight, rather than regurgitate this so-called evidence that you have for creation, but not evidence that creation should be taught as a science. This is.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Well, I'm glad you said that. Well, whenever you give me the chance, I'll make some comments.
But just so you have some more money to support your further reasons, I'll make that donation to your, whatever it might be.
Well, again, this could only happen in America. How great it is to be in a place where people can say anything and everything they want to say about you. Well, let's see now. Let's go back to the comment about me not really responding to the topic tonight, as I was just saying a few minutes ago. The reason I have done what I've done tonight is really very simple to explain. The National Academy of Sciences, which I've documented in my book several times, and which you undoubtedly have seen their booklet, as we've read tonight in that letter I sent to Dr. Press, they say over and over again, in fact, that was what was published in the Physics Today article, and I've read it again tonight, they say that essentially they do not want creation science to be taught because there is no evidence for creation. There is no evidence for creation, no scientific evidence whatsoever. And so I thought tonight that with the University of Tennessee faculty, what value would it be for me to come to an esteemed, educated, sophisticated audience and to stand up here and say, well, really what I believe about teaching creation science at the University of Tennessee is thus and so. My opinion doesn't really make any difference unless I back it up with something that is scientific. Yes, I am taking a position. I'm saying very clearly tonight that the evidence for creation science does exist, and I'm saying is that it really hasn't been refuted, in spite of what was said tonight, and I will maintain that position until the gentleman in the geology department comes forth and actually produces this piece of granite. I'll say it has not been falsified, that it is scientific evidence, and that it does falsify the theory of evolution, and that indeed this does need to be taught. Now, it needs to be made very clear. The question is, I think, in what department? We've got two hands. Well, of course, as I point out in my book, I never advocate someone to teach anything that violates their conscience. I think that's the bottom line. That's why I'm doing the work that I'm doing, is because I don't think I want to believe something, it isn't true, and I certainly wouldn't want anyone else to say anything or teach anything that wasn't true, or they didn't believe was true. So, after it's all over tonight, a lot of people aren't going to believe what I've said, irrespective of the evidence, irrespective of the fact that it has falsified. The laboratory of nature shows it hasn't. People are going to leave tonight, and they're going to believe what they believed before they came in. But I still say that with the academic freedom we have here in America, if indeed there were people, and I don't know that there are any people, but I'm saying if there were people who believed the evidence and saw its scientific value, the fact that indeed evolution is based on an erroneous uniformitarian principle, I'm saying why not teach the scientific evidence? That's what I'm saying. And I believe that if indeed there was an individual here, and indeed if it could be allowed by the administration or the students, or, if someone wouldn't be run out of town because of it, I'm saying yes. Why not? If it's true, why not teach it? That's the basic premise I'm operating on tonight. This is why I've gone through great lengths tonight to present not my personal opinion per se, but the scientific evidence which I've been publishing in the open scientific literature. Now, I'd like to also comment on another statement you made, that I'm here tonight in hopes of trying to conjure up or drum up a teaching position. Let me assure you, I don't think there's any chance in 1,000 years that after I've said the things that I've said here at the University of Tennessee, that the administration would even remotely consider the possibility, as you have well said. And I see there are people who do not want it. It's very clear of that. Well, let me assure you that, and the comment, of course, you made was that something I supposedly need. Well, the fact of the matter is I don't need it. And